All right, y'all, we're taking a look at this Boudoir Facebook ad. Going to diagnose it, see if we believe it has BLCS, aka Boudoir Low Click Syndrome. And BLCS, Boudoir Low Click Syndrome, is when the unique CTR all of our Boudoir Facebook ad is under 6%. So this means fewer than 6 out of 100 women are clicking somewhere on our Boudoir Facebook ad. And we care about that because that means if they click somewhere on it, they're not simply scrolling on by. And also, if they click somewhere on it, we know our ad has entered their brain, which means that's the only chance that we can get them to buy from us, is getting our ad into their brain. So we gotta get this number as high as possible. 6% is the minimum. If we got 6%, we got something super wrong. If we're under 6%, we got something super wrong. And that's because a unique CTR all under 6% is not normal. It's super common. I see it everywhere, but it's not normal. It's actually the symptom of a deeper root cause. And that deeper root cause are the 3 pre-click mistakes. We also know that a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with BLCS is a Boudoir low-click advertiser, a BLCA. And so we got building up our universe here, we got a BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. We also know that BLCS is treated with Boudoir pre-click optimization, aka Boudoir PCO, and treatment takes about a week. And we invented this. Basically, we're going to leave the current ad, we duplicate it, and we apply treatment to the duplicated Boudoir Facebook ad. Takes about a week. Then after a week, we keep whichever one running is the one that has the best metrics. And it's always been the Boudoir PCO treated ad. So once treated with Boudoir PCO, we now have pre-click alignment, PCA. So we get rid of the 3 pre-click mistakes, we achieve PCA. And pre-click alignment activates Boudoir brain entry boost in our Boudoir Facebook ads. Basically, we got our unique CTR all above 6%. So our ad is going into more than 6 out of every 100 women's brains. And a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost is a dominant Boudoir advertiser, a DBA. So this is our full universe, a BLCS universe here. We got a BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. Solution is easy. Boudoir PCO takes about a week. And then we can achieve pre-click alignment. And we become a dominant Boudoir advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost. Now, my residency went out there, found some Boudoir Facebook ads out in the wild, brought them back to the hospital. One of them, brought it back, tested it, found its unique CTR all was 4.3%. So that's under 6%, so we know that BLCS is present. And so we duplicated it, treated it with Boudoir PCO. Took about a week, got the unique CTR all up to 6.88%. So we found out the original was wasting 37% of ad spend. So if they're spending 10 grand on the original, now all they need to do is spend $6,300 a month on the Boudoir PCO treated ad, and in both scenarios get their ad into the same number of women's brains. So at $3,700 a month, they don't have to spend anymore. They can pocket it. It's kind of like a phantom bonus, an efficiency bonus, because they no longer have to spend it. So it's it's like $40K bonus over the next 12 months. And, don't need to, literally do not need to service any clients, literally no extra work. It's simply by eliminating the wasted spend. All right, second part of my residency, found a Boudoir Facebook ad at unique CTR all 1.39%. So we knew that BLCS is present because unique CTR all under 6%. So BLCS is present. So duplicated it, treated it with Boudoir PCO, took about a week, and got the unique CTR all up to 9.13%. So insanely good, much better. So we found out the original Boudoir Facebook ad was wasting 84% of its ad spend. So again, if they're spending 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, then, on the original, now they only need to spend 1.6 grand a month with the new Boudoir PCO treated ad and get their ads into the same number of women's brains, in both scenarios. So $8,400 wasted ad spend each month, eliminated, back in their pocket. It's literally like $100,000 bonus at the end of the next 12 months. And finally, had a patient, unique CTRL. He had 5.03%, so we know that BLCS was present. Did a lot more work with this one, treating it with Boudoir PCO. And it took about a week. And we found out that, so we went from 5.03%, so we know that BLCS is present. And then we got it up to unique CTRL 15.35%, which is insanely good. And found out he was wasting, his original Boudoir Facebook ad was wasting 67% of its ad spend. So if he's spending $10,000 a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, then, on the original, then all he has to do is spend $3,300 on the Boudoir PCO treated ad, and he gets his ad into the same number of women's brains in both scenarios. So literally he can stop paying that $6,700 a month, pocket that, and once he pockets that, he can actually, it's kind of like a phantom extra bonus every month. And at the end of it, it's like an $80,000 extra bonus. So the average Boudoir Facebook ad with BLCS, from what I've seen, is wasting about 50% of its ad spend. Since it's when, look at these numbers here. We got wasting 37% of ad spend, wasting 84% of ad spend, wasting 67% of ad spend. And you average these numbers, it's going to average between 50 to 60%. So, if they're spending more than $10,000 a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, then approximately $5,000 every single month being wasted. We can eliminate that, put that back in the Boudoir photographer's pocket, literally every single month, approximately. And so at the end of 12 months, it's approximately $60,000 back in their pocket. They don't have to do any extra work for. All right, so now we're going to diagnose this if we believe it has BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. First thing I'm seeing, got the below creative cluster mistake. False belief that caused us to make this mistake is we're believing that everything Facebook tells us or recommends us to fill out for our ad is the best thing for us to fill out and not the best thing for Facebook when we fill it out. So it screws us because it causes way more women to scroll by our Boudoir Facebook ads than necessary, pulling our unique CTRL under 6%, contributing to BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. And Facebook on the back end gets richer because the more women scroll by our ads per unit time, the more ads Facebook can serve per unit time, and they make more money when they do that. So we never want to make this mistake. Next mistake, or next thing we look at, creative. We got the looks like an ad mistake here. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is that we actually believe our Boudoir Facebook ads should look like Boudoir Facebook ads because that's what everyone else's Boudoir Facebook ads look like, so everyone else cannot be wrong. Can they? Well, in every Boudoir Facebook ad I've tested and the backends I've looked at, 100% of them have had BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome, because they're making some or all of these 3 pre-click mistakes. So the consequence of making this mistake is way more women scrolling by our Boudoir Facebook ads than necessary, pulling our unique CTRL under 6% and contributing to BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. Finally, going to look at this See More headline up here. First 2 3/4 lines, Facebook newsfeed mobile. We're only utilizing 2 lines here. Want to win a Boudoir session? What if you never feel ready but do it anyway? All right, so that's the lack of context mistake. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is we believe we set enough context to get the optimized number of right women clicking on our ads. But in fact, we're lacking a ton of context here. And we're actually going to get way more women scrolling by our ads than necessary who could have been perfect if we had not made the lack of context mistake and who actually would have clicked in and had a chance to buy from us. And as a result, this pulls our unique CTRL under 6%, and it actually increases the probability that we have BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. So after looking at all these things, so my diagnosis, I believe this Boudoir Facebook ad has BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome, aka a unique CTRL under 6%. Yes, I do. So I believe the unique CTRL of this one is under 6%, and it can be solved though. So if you're a BLCA with BLCS, a Boudoir low click advertiser with Boudoir low click syndrome, your Boudoir Facebook ads have a unique CTRL under 6%, and you're spending more than 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, and you're looking at the marketplace and it get more and more saturated. Seems like anytime someone gets a new iPhone, they're throwing up a Google My Business profile saying they offer Boudoir. Or anytime someone gets a new camera, they're posting in the mom group saying they offer Boudoir. So, market's getting more saturated, more sellers for the same number of buyers. They're becoming more competitive. You're seeing the saturation, you're also seeing, more inflation and living costs. And you're already taking steps to optimize your current business, pull more profit out of it, from other areas of the business. You've decided now you're ready to pull profit out of the Facebook ads portion of your business, kind of optimize that, and actually pull some profit out. And you've seen on average, yeah, we could probably eliminate about 5K a month in wasted spend. So you could pocket that, not have to pay that to the Zuck anymore. 60K approximately 60K over the next 12 months back in your pocket, no longer being wasted. And you want to achieve pre-click alignment, so you become a dominant Boudoir advertiser with Boudoir Brain Entry Boost, the #1 boudoir photographer in your city. Then shoot me a DM when I open up for new patient intake.